Good day. This is welcome to our business matchmaking program. I'm going to show you the front end of a system that obviously exists for an existing client, as well as the back end on how we actually manage these programs directly. The front end is where your participants will gain access through a username and a password, which we send them that is verified by the Amazon Web Service. They will come into a profile page. This profile page would be set up specifically for Apex Brazil with questions that we would need to decide that are applicable to your specific industry event. The participant's profile will be pre-populated with all the information. They can edit the information and change it as they see fit. Essentially, it's information about their company, about themselves, their industry sectors, their targeted industry sectors, who they're looking for, so that we can better match them, as well as the ability to add company media, such as a company logo, company brochure, product photos, etc. All this information pops up on their matchmaking report, and it makes it nice and easy for other buyers to see what products the Brazilians are actually offering. The business matchmaking report is essentially where your buyers could have access to see the different types of exhibitor categories, where their sectors are. All of these fields at the top over here are customizable based on the event, and specifically they'd be able to go into any of your profiles, schedule a meeting, view a profile, and be able to see the product pictures that are on offer from the Brazilian companies, information about them, their industry sectors, any of the downloads, company videos that they would have. Specifically for your event, though, we would schedule all the meetings for between the buyers and the exhibitors, and we could offer them limited access to this matchmaking report just so they could see the exhibitors' product information. And within the calendars here would be all the meetings that we pre-schedule. This is just a view of what the virtual room would look like. So essentially, this is the video call that your exhibitors and your buyers would be having. These video calls all happen within the matchmaking system, as you can see, and they are fully timed. They can share a screen, they can check their settings, and once the video call actually happens, they can turn their cameras on or off. They can turn their sound on and off, and they can also share a screen, which makes it very easy for them to do presentations. So this is essentially the front end of the system. The back end of the system is where our team essentially do the full event setup. The properties really cover the dates and the times of your event. We're able to add different lists, which is different industry sectors, and map them. The form manager is the profiling form that you saw on the front end. These are customizable fields. We can add any fields that you would like, and we can make them viewable on the matchmaking report to sectors as you see fit. These industry sectors are specific to your event, and this form essentially is set up from scratch for the Apex Brazil event. Once the form is set up, we can make that form public, which means that anybody can register through that form as well. Participation categories are the participants that we're expecting at your event, and we can edit their links as far as what they can see, what they can do on the front end of the system, as I showed you. Virtual meetings, physical meetings, direct messaging. Are they allowed to edit their profile? Are they allowed to view the matchmaking report? Are they allowed to view their calendar? And are they allowed to schedule meetings? Are they allowed to edit their time availability and add to favorites, refer to a colleague? We can manage all the participation permissions on the back end of the system. For Apex Brazil, as I mentioned, we would most likely be doing all the scheduling for all of your participants. So it's unlikely that we want them to create and view meetings. However, looking at that matchmaking report, as I showed you, they can view the matchmaking cards and decide, maybe have a look at the different product pictures that are on offer from each one of your participants, your Brazilian companies. It is not limited to 2 pictures here. They can use as many pictures as they'd like in the profile. The matching management allows us to map who can meet whom, and industry sectors as far as the mapping goes of those different industry sectors. The scheduling management is the time slots that we'd be generating for your particular event. We can decide how long they want to be. I think on the brief it said half an hour. So we would generate your time slots accordingly. We can also have training sessions that allow us to just take different people through the system. We can create different mail management, different mails specifically for your event, different types of welcome emails, calendar entries every single time a meeting is scheduled, meeting invitations are going out, or we can disenable all emails from going out and do all the scheduling on the back end, providing just a calendar of complete information in the lead up to the event. This is where we upload your participant data, such as your exhibitors, all the buyers obviously we are finding, and we will upload all of them on this side. Once the event is live, we're able to manage all the participants on the back end. We're able to cancel them, blacklist them, schedule matches for them, send them access to the system, mail their calendars. We're able to view on the back end any one of their profiles and edit any of their profiles as we see fit. We can look at their calendars, see what meetings they may have already scheduled. On the back end, we're able to see that. The matchmaking report on the back end, this is where we would manually schedule for different people for them. They don't have to log onto the front end to do so. This allows us to track all the emails that they have received, with the initiated, what was sent, delivered, open, clicked, bounced, spam, rejected. We can open any of these emails and we can view the content that they receive via the matchmaking system itself. So this allows us the management of all the participants. Then this allows us the management of all the meetings. We're able to see what meetings are in which status. For Apex Brazil, we would pre-schedule everything, pre-confirm everything. We would suggest doing this all on the back end so that all of your buyers and exhibitors get a schedule of meetings. But we can brainstorm that in a little bit more detail. These are the different types of reports that we can be pulling: mail reports, participants reports, authentication reports. This is companies that have logged in and registered themselves, not registered themselves, but just authenticated themselves in the system. Meetings reports and video calling reports. In addition to the video calling, as the event is happening, we're able to track all the number of calls that are supposed to be happening in the system, which ones are happening, which ones haven't happened, and exactly who is attending the video calls. We're able to track this. This is for Innovation Summit. We're able to track this on your show days to see which meetings are actually happening per time slot. And that gives us the information, who's organizing the meeting. This is the organizer that the other person potentially show. This is the organizer over here. Yes, both of those meetings have happened. So we're able to track these meetings and make sure that they are actually taking place. As mentioned, this is a very customizable system, and we welcome any questions that you may have. This is obviously just a quick overview.